players the majority of the time.
All right.
But once you take care of inside, you hit that rotation over towards B. First segment already done. Consistent spawns coming in from Ultra. Over towards that boathouse side. Now the top kill feed currently is lighting up white. So the second segment is done. Time may be able to get extended nice and early.
Looking likely for it, and that's indeed the case. First tick of progress is still holding for the moment over towards A as well, and with Kismet taking down Beads deep, that's going to force Insight to have to back away just a touch. So now it's just about how do you try to reset this up for LAG off the spawn. Playing deep through driveway at the moment is Skies, but Lynn's creating some more space here. A topside connector, he can jump back in and try to get this first tick done.
He's just hoping that his team is going to count for the rest of the players on the side of Toronto Ultra. They find two. Sky's in a big one-on-one gunfight, making a 1v2, and he gets double chowed. So now you're going to have Linz in a position to play a couple spawn kills, make it easier for his teammates and the number advantage on the opposite side of the map, but he gets taken care of. First segment should be complete.
Yeah, Priesta now looking to make a step forward. His teammates coming off spawn, moving through that top fire hallway over towards Art. And Priesta is in a really good spot just to try to keep influencing these spawns a little here and there. And also has the decision with a good number of eliminations to come through for LAG to jump right back onto the hard point, or the control point rather, I should say. 20 plays 14. LAG working very persistently on this second tick of progress. They still have a member on. That's Insight trying to challenge. Shut down, and Lynn's from top office gets the full 4 down. Stack it, get the extra tick, turn this into a successful offense. That's exactly what LAG do.
Oh man, they came out and just dominated in that slaying category. We're talking about the SMGs consistently finding success on the bottom side of Wine and even on the top side of Office. But then as soon as you eliminate those players in the back of your spawn, once Liz walks up and finds this kill here, that turns into 2 dead. Then he pushes up into off and is able to catch the players coming off of the respawn, and that leads to all 4 dead. That's how simple this map can be when you're finding your kills when you need to. But then on the opposite side for Ultra, obviously the first time we've been able to watch them on this map, Jodeci, I'm pretty sure had a 1-in-7 start. Yeah, you can't bring that on a map like Aussie.
Yeah, absolutely. But I love it from LAG, just kind of playing with tempo, right over the top of the open hall, get into A, force this Ultra defense to move around, especially off spawn, be considerate what's happening in those top hallways, and then as soon as you find a good kill feed, re-wrap back to B, stack it, get the extra 60. And so far, it has been straight domination from Lynn. 7-3. Jodeci's having a bit of a slow start. Just not able to get any real action on his terms here with the sub. But that could very well change here early as Joe's got a good look at Skies up top. Can't quite find the second. Lynn's good for the double. And Toronto's going to be tested here. Lynn's just diving into the point. Nearly wins out all 4 eliminations, but has set up Kismet for a little bit extra damage onto Beans. And that will be followed up with LAG looking clean on the opening defensive hold.
Yeah, now Ultra force hit the reset. Players tend to scatter a little bit, try to clear out lanes here, but 3 kills go in favor of the Gorilla mates. Now Kleenex, farthest player pushed on up. Trying to at least find a kill to open up a lane for his team, but doesn't catch the timing on the Priesta. And you're just gonna waste a lot of time now if you're Ultra working out of your base. Yeah, you have to check every single corner.
And this is absolutely chef's kiss from LAG. Lynn still catches another before being traded. It means that, again, the defense for LAG can step up, deal with it, and then get back to work on just essentially trapping Toronto backside driveway here. 28 seconds on the clock. LAG will have to essentially come out of spawn and default to A just because it's simply put closer, but they can't find a single entryway, and with only 20 seconds remaining, LAG continue to hold this front line.
And I'm loving the way that the Gorillas are playing this, man. When they are finding 2 to 3 dead, they're gaining the info onto the last guy, keeping him at bay, and then just shutting down their next play call coming in. With only 7 seconds to go, Ultra currently down by 8 lives. You have 1 player on A, 1 player on B, but the player on B should most likely get taken care of. So now you're just hoping you can find a little bit of segment success over at that 8 point.
Well, 2 players on, they're gonna get at least 1. A second looks pretty likely unless Priesta off this reload decides he wants to try to challenge it. Doesn't get there quite in time. The rest of his teammates do, but that second tick at least gets locked for Toronto fans out there. But, you know, call a spade a spade. This has been really good from LAG on both sides of the control zone.
It's just clean because every time those kills start to come on in, if LAG are going 3 for 1 every single time, Ultra are not going to have a lot of opportunities on their offense. When the last player alive is especially gaining that info early on, and it was, I'm pretty sure Jodeci that was camping on the bottom side of Secret. It was just Skies throwing shoulders at him. That's all you want to do is keep him there because you have everyone accounted for. No one is getting lost. The spawns are so damn far away from either one of these objectives that just basically 4 to 5 waves of kills secures you around on defensive side if you play it perfect. And that's exactly what the Gorilla mates were able to do there. Only give up 2 segments. You're still up by 4, but you can close it out here with another 3-0 on a nice hacienda.
Let's see what's going on with this. Because flat out, the advantages that LAG have are already leaning towards that, at worst, the round 5 defense. Toronto once again off spawn. A lot of focus over towards the east side of the map. Inside, good crossing angle. Finds Priesta for the first. Joe Deceives, thinking about trying to take over that back art hallway. But Linz has done the same thing on the Toronto side of the map. And again, he hops the zone, gets out of there, and the finesse back over to B is well timed. Just comes down to, does he get a read that a player had dropped out of the secret window? Does not seem to be. Kleenex should find a freebie. Trade
my God,
not needed at the moment as LAG continue to try to surround it. Eventually, they do take care of Kleenex.
Yeah, to take care of Kleenex, also take care of Beans coming off the respawn. Now, 3-stack is going to be in at the B point. First segment already earned. How aggressive do Ultra decide to play on this? You don't want to allow these kills to go the opposing way. They're still going to contest it. They find the initial 2. They make it 3 dead. So Priesta, last player alive, should be able to get taken care of. Segment does not get secured, so that time continues to dwindle down.
Yeah, Joe Deceives just going to hang out on B for a little while longer to deplete the progress that McDonald lands. Wow, where is this been? He is flying and frying at the moment. 17 and 8. A chance to re-wrap on Toronto. Back over towards top office. Can't quite anticipate the second, but he's got help nearby. And whoa, Joe Deceives lines him up the staircase. So 19 plays 19. 33 seconds on the clock, and Toronto with the full white Resurgence play up in towards the middle of the map.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is their last push.
Yeah.
Right, if you are the Gorilla mates.
Oh, you let him push it up?
Count. It looks like you're going to try to isolate onto
You just
inside
let him
over
push
towards
it up?
Rock. The timing good enough for the first. Dance, sliding around that corner, not able to find that kill on the skies. But only 14 seconds left. Just need Kleenex to stay alive, finding that first kill. It's going to allow him to have multiple different angles to still contest it.
Yeah, Skies up top is going to be the one who has to just kind of forfeit his life and try to dive in. He wants to pause the clock, not going to happen. But insight towards B does get taken care of.
They'll get on it, but it's only one person.
On for the moment with 1.6. Although Joe right nearby will find the kill. Last shots on the Linz are good, and Toronto will extend this to a 4th round. But again, the tick progression just makes this essentially a mathematically improbable situation for Toronto to get into a round 5 defensive situation. So we need back-to-back offenses here from Ultra.
Yeah, you're down by 6, so you can you can tie it up in that segment column, but you have to make up for it in the slaying. Those first 2 rounds really did not treat you well, but Jodeci has flipped this game around. Started off 1 and 7, sitting at 12 and 14. Was able to find a couple doubles, couple triples, shut down those pushes coming in from the Gorilla mates. So now if you are Ultra, it's initially all about this break off here, because when you allow these SMGs to win a majority of the gunfights off the rip, and they're already in your base contesting, you're wasting a lot of time working out of your spawn. You need a good break off here on Hacienda.
Yeah, you really do. And it's going to be all 4 members flying in through the middle of the map again. Initially scouted by what looks to be Skies. Kismet following up on the timing. Gets the first, stun out, finds the second. Trade from Joe Deceives is decent, but he's the last Ultra member remaining, and Priesta knows he can step up here in towards Spiral. And if he catches a couple players off spawn, this could get really dangerous really quickly, but trades are decent, and now you've got just Kismet to find, and he's a little bit outside the picture here playing backside Rock.
Yeah, and this is where the Ultra boys need to be committing over towards B. You have them spawning on the backside of Bow House. You're still maintaining a little bit of that mid-map control. But they're going to put all their focus here at the same point. Joe Deceives on 7 in a row.
Yeah.
Couple kills until he earns himself the Hellstorm. First segment already going to be complete.
I mean, he was 1 and 7 at one point, Jay. We're up to a 7 in a row, 7 and 14.
Hello.
About 8 in a row. He can jump on over to B now. Progress is still being made on A. Keep that in the back of your mind. He does get eliminated, so he'll only find the first tick and a half. But Joe is 1 elimination or a little bit more score away from finding a Hellstorm. Tries to slip in towards 10, but shut down. And LAG, with 50 seconds remaining, could try to get this defense once again pushed up the map.
Man, Ultra have to put they have to put everything into capturing this B point, trying to extend this time. It's just way too difficult. You don't have a lot of time to work with to secure those seconds there at A. And now even more difficult for them because everyone is coming off the respawn. You got to check all these cloners. Kleenex has 6 HP in the dream. He is going to fall.
Yeah,
now 25 seconds, you were forced to hit this overextension, but Gorilla mates are ready for it.
They won't control. Crazy.
Priesta just throwing out an uncooked nade, just trying to stall any of this hit, but ooh, gets surprised. Joe Deceives does get traded. Second progress on the way. Sky's not able to find the player down low at the bottom of the bar. But still, it's just down to 1. It has to be Beans. Second tick was not locked in, by the way. So Beans will rotate back over to B to keep the clock stopped at 17 seconds. He wins his first. Does he expect Priesta, though? Over through 10. Not initially. Beans has actually hopped off the zone here for a moment, but LAG will collect the elimination. And now it's just down to receiving this next play for Ultra over towards B.
Yeah, they just need this one wave of kills right here. They'll be able to extend the game clock. Trades are bound back and forth, white and purple. Linz finds a double. Able to put the game clock but it's only beans again. Second segment gets secured, spawns all the way in hell, and this should be LAG securing this map and extending this series.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it is about LAG and Control, but they're looking mighty fine on it, especially on this Hacienda. Wow, I mean, both sides of Control Point really clean. We saw them play it obviously yesterday versus Cloud9, and I would say there were some great moments for both teams there, but for LAG against Toronto, they were controlling every element of the game, and that was the first time that I've seen Ultra look that lost on a map so far this season.
Yeah, they have yet to play it. Obviously, they need more practice on it because the Gorillas found success versus Cloud9, and again, they find success this time versus Ultra to keep them alive in the series. But it's just as simple as the Gorillas were finding those opportunities to where those kills are going down, and they were simply walking away with 3-to-1 trades. As soon as that happens, it makes it more difficult for the team on the attacking side or even the team on the defensive side, because spawns are so far away from both of these objectives to where you get those 3 kills, you're taking the map away from them, and then you're forcing them to waste time working off the respawn. And that's just basically what it comes down to. They outslayed them to bits in that map number 3 to stay alive. And now they're forcing a Skyline hardpoint where this is their most repped hardpoint that they have. So if you are the Gorillas, you're feeling good going into this map 4 to try to force game 5.
Absolutely you are. And just, I kind of want to reflect back a little bit more on this map number 3, because I think the way you kind of categorize it, and I'm sure lots of people out there either who's been watching CDL or Challengers or in their ranked games, they kind of feel it. Like, once you have a poor break off on Hacienda offensively, the only word I can think of is like panic. It's just like, uh-oh, now we're stuck, spawning in bad spots. We're so far away from both control zones. We have to clear out so much space to even see one or the other. And when your spawns are staggered in the way that they were throughout pretty much the entirety of both offenses for Ultra, you get this moment of like, well, I'm going to go play through Rocket. Oh, I found a kill, so I'm going to jump onto A. Oh, never mind, I died. But my teammate's over towards fences, and he's found a kill, so now he's on B. It never feels like it's really collectively put together. And that's just, I think, kind of the panic that we saw there for Ultra in a couple of their offensive moments.
And that's exactly it, Alan. It's just that panic button. Like you said, when your teammates aren't winning the gunfights that they're probably used to winning, and you're forced to make some kind of hero play around the map, it's just not going to be easy when they have that info on you and they have more bodies to challenge you out. Just turns into, like, whenever you go 4 dead on this map or you're accounting for a lot of the kills, it turns eventually into a lot of individual players making those individual plays. Like we saw Insight over towards Rock, at least on that defensive round. He just finesse dance around that position, but he finds that 2-piece, or at least sets up his teammates to find that second kill, and that makes it a lot easier. On a map like Hacienda, a lot of individual talent needs to be shown there in those one-on-one gunfights, and it was won by the Gorilla mates there.
And now we kind of take that same conversation to Skyline Hardpoint. It's been the most rehearsed map in the pool so far in Hardpoint for LAG. They've played it in every series except for one, and for the most part, it's treated them pretty darn nicely. 249, 250 lost to OpTic Texas, but other than that, it's been pretty much controlled by LAG. And I think the conversation point here for a team that has only 4 Hardpoint wins, 3 of them coming on, or actually all 4 of them, 3 of them coming on Skyline Hardpoint, is what do we need to do to make the rest of the map pool feel like the success stories that we can create on a map like Skyline? Because it is one of those maps that it's like you instantly find kills, you instantly turn that into effect in the map because the map is so small. Is that kind of where you feel that this Skyline map favors LAG because the decision making is so immediate that you have to have it?
Yes, without question. It's not forcing players to think too much. We know that if I just fly on in, I catch a double, they spawn all the way across the map. If we're setting up a proper break, if we're already pushed up into their base, especially at P4s, that's when they usually tend to find a lot of success early on into those hard points with those early breaks. They get 1 kill on that side, you spawn them all the way across the map. So these are the things that come in quickly for the Gorilla mates, especially on Skyline. When you have 5 or 6 reps the way that they do, you have been tested multiple times. Like you said, a 1-point difference versus OpTic Texas, but this has been their bread and butter map. They just have to make sure that their rotations are on point, because at least in map number 1, they got all rotated to bits every single time on Ultra besides that P2, but then we're getting instantly broken. The good thing for them on this map is that rotations are sitting at 4th overall. Breaks are 2nd overall. So that's a big stat right there for the Gorilla mates to try to force this game number 5. And on the opposite side for Ultra, 12th in rotations on Skyline, yeah, we got to be there early.
Yeah, and what we said, you know, for Toronto, they're no stranger to this map either. You see it here. And outside of a 6-point loss to Miami, they have beat the brakes off of teams like Atlanta and teams like Vegas. So those are the other interesting metrics to kind of keep as an early season guide towards how both these two teams have fared. So LAG trying to send this to a map number 5, which we haven't talked about it really yet, Jay. That map 5 doesn't feel good if you're an LAG fan, just because Toronto have baked and really buttered their bread on red card search, but it has to get there first. And for LAG, prime opportunity to do it on a map that you've seen almost every single series.
Yeah, we got to get through this Skyline hard point to get to that map 5. And already off the start, Ultra not spawning on the preferred side, find 3 kills in the feed. Spawn still secure for the Gorillas. This is what they tend to do on this map. When it's the last player alive, he knows the pressure's still in front of him. I'm just going to play my life, not really force a gunfight. Because you need to try to maintain these spawns on a map like Skyline. All 4 dead, though. Ultra had great start to this game.
I think it's really interesting, like, watching how Ultra flip and mix the composition of weapons depending on where they are in any particular hard point. Like here, it's a break off with all 3 players holding ARs except for Joe. Actually, he's got one as well. So it was 4 AR setup here for Ultra from the unfavored side, just playing for the kills first. And then off their next lives, you would think they would start to play to try to flip the map around. They're not going to be able to successfully do that here early. Lynn's just going to gatekeep through mid while LAG will open up P2 to their name.
Yeah, that's insane to say, right? Because you get 32 seconds off P1, a majority of the kills go your way, but you still were not able to flip out the spawns. And that's due to the way that Gorilla mates love to play around this P2. Simply playing your life on the back end, not allowing those flips to go down, and this is the reason why. 3 to start, make it all 4 dead. Flawless on the first attempt there. Now they can take the lead.
Lance is going to watch through hot tub, just try to count the numbers, which Priesta will have to be the one responsible for, and he's good for the Edofer. Looking for more, not going to be able to find it. Sky's off the timing with the pinch, able to turn it into another elimination, but Insight, he's been able to take down 3 of the 4. You're going to get Priesta, who does still spawn up as a way to try to hold on to this scrap time, but Ultra are starting to flood forward. They get Kismet out of the hard point. Priesta still finessing, trying to get a couple of these exit kills, while on the meantime,
I want a game 5,
you got LAG already set up for Dude. Much better
So
in terms of the macro game here for Gorilla's mate.
Oh yeah, much better. That opportunity doesn't happen for a break there at P2 if Insight doesn't pop that triple. But still, they were able to micromanage it, win the rotation over towards New, dominating the kill feed. Last player alive is going to be towards bottom gym. And Kleenex miraculously is able to find a double, so that's going to open up his teammates now to have the advantage working their way back in for the early break.
Yeah, and that's one of those moments you look at and you say that's a little bit too easy for
Toronto.
Toronto, but
they just have
still, we talked about it in the fly-through. LAG, very successful on their break percentage. And Lance has already kicked us off to a pretty solid start there. Priesta holding over the top of this back bar, and now the flood forward. Lance, okay, how about the shots from Lance? Enough damage to force the nade from Joe to take down Beans, and now trophy systems are up for the last 23.
And this is where Ultra just cutting their losses there at P3. You don't want to get put into that mixed fest of challenging those gunfights on those difficult head glitches. So gonna try to catch them off guard early off the rotation, and the kills count. Kleenex Beat and Joe combined for 3. Priest, the last player who was thinking about that Rolo, he gets taken care of. So Ultra trying to break for the final 15. They flip the spawns over towards New, and this is where that break percentage needs to come in quick if you're Gorilla, because this is that money hill.
Good nades from Toronto up top. Stops this play through top bedroom. It forces the players down low and Kismet to have to wait for regens to start coming through. Lynch, bold challenge, wins it. Follow-up, Beans off the trade, but he's the last one standing. Spawns will move. Nice angle from Beans. Good damage tallied, but still taking care of an LAG will secure their break.
And it's the first attempt. Everybody through top
Oh
plat.
my
3, 2,
God.
1. I-Chow here,
That's
U-Chow
done.
there. They win 3 out of the 4 gunfights.
Nice.
Instantly flip the spawns, and now we're soaking up all of this P4 time. Beans again potentially trying to make a play here. Just waiting for his teammates to get into the play. He's able to find a double. Kleenex finds a third. Give me all 3 Benjamin Beans. That's my hard point.
That's unbelievable from Beans, 4 in a row. And boy, does Toronto need something like that with Joe Deceive just at 3 and 10. Again, just off to a very tremendously slow start. To be fair, he is the one trying to enter and open up some of these plays, but has not found any success doing so. All that told, we exit the first rotation of Hills pretty much dead even. Good exchange here for the Gorillas, mate, though, over the top of P1. That'll allow them to get in for some opening time here on Hot Tub with a follow-up kill, and Kleenex to help that out.
Yeah, they couldn't find any time last go around here at the P1 HP. You have Beans on 5 in a row. Great shots to take down Priesta. But if you're Ultra, you need to try to flip these spawns for the very first time. It was LAG just holding it down, and they're continuously doing it with all of that kill feed lighting up white. You got Lynn's in towards the hot tub. Just relaxing, calm, cool, and collected. Nade's going over the head. He has not been hit by anything. And his teammates consistently just watching over him.
And now you can pop up and do things like this. What is it about Lynn's on this map and finding multi-kills when you don't expect him to? It's been happening since day 1 of the CDL back in early December. Continues to be the case here in mid-January. Shut down, though, as Lynn's will be pushed out just a touch. Spawn still decent, at least for Skies. participate, but Toronto just around the back, keeping things mixy. 50-50 gunfights over the top of the hill, which Toronto are starting to win out on.
Yeah, now it's Linz. Solo player here for the Gorilla mates. Trying to make a play happen. Finds that first kill onto Insight. Now your teammates are in the play over towards White Steps. Miraculously is able to find a double. The SMGs for the Gorilla mates find every single kill there that leads to the break. When you thought Ultra had an opportunity to start to pull away, Linz just gets it done. Now you just run up the score here.
Now 28 seconds to fight for. Linz continues to be putting on multi-kill after multi-kill. And LAG's trying to fight back in the last 20 seconds. We jump over to an LAG. Listen in.
Nice, square back door. Nice, good shit. Square. Bumping on mid.
He's on, okay, 2 in time. Cat.
I heard you. Calm it down too, okay?
I have to jump mid.
You want to take space to that?
Yo, I have a deep pinch.
Lane outside the map. Yo, you run.
Front tires.
Run.
I'm much
more on you. Outer, he sees me.
I need you. You spawn? Nice, we can. Two times.
One doesn't fucking play. Three coming out.
I'll get you out.
I'm pumping gem. They're getting spawn. They're getting
House. Deep.
He's bottom back Kleenex.
He's just out of tower.
I'm teasing outer.
At this side,
Team field.
Okay. Outer. Yeah. 3. Nice. We can bump if you want. Nice. I'm outer.
I'm on their side.
Bump it.
Watch me.
Abby,
yeah, my spawns. They're going mid. They're going mid.
Jimmy, dead.
Nice, I have cat. P1. Oh, we got me P1.
Where are they going?
P1 both. They're double P1. Front gym. They're gonna be fouled as well.
They can go rugs, huh?
They could go. We flip. He got 3. That's winner.
I'm in the mid. I know, go back. Beans, watch out.
Absolute. Ult on me.
Are you on no? They're low bed, two.
No, absolute.
Two bed. I respond it.
They're gonna hit a garden. He's gonna be guarding.
Oh, shit on.
P1.
I'm pitching guarding. Back garden, dead.
Nice, one more back garden, building cut.
I'm running. I'm flanking too.
This guy deep.
Yo, deep.
Nice.
They spawned there. What's the spawn there?
One's in the back of me.
Pitch to the back. Collapse again.
Oh, yep. Shotzzy.
He went top plat. Yo, kitch.
There's 2 at time. Patio weak in time.
You. Shot.
Oh, that was a bad shot.
Yeah, kitch. I'm around for kitch.
In you. Bottom bed, challenge. And one's you. You challenge beats. One shot you, and then one shot him. Skyline be skylining right now, Jay. It's one of those things, like you see it from LAG's perspective here in these last couple of hard points. It feels like they're doing all the right things, but somehow, some way, they find themselves needing a break down about 20 points.
Yeah, it's because they found themselves initially playing for that P4 rotation early on into that P3, but in the final 15 seconds, Ultra said, screw that, we're going to work our way to top plat. They found every single kill and were able to walk away with a majority of that P4 time. So keeping the game scrappy is what Ultra are doing, but Gorilla mates again fighting on back. Kismet finds a double, Linz with the third. Now you get yourself into P1 for another potential lead change.
Thieves found by Priesta, backside top piano. That leads to Toronto having to hit this from the P4 side of the map. Across the map, through mid, Kleenex at least able to neutralize some of the hard point time. Thieves, again, he had a really slow start, but a couple of decent lives in a row for him here. Allows Toronto a chance to, again, when it doesn't seem likely, they find a way to get in, contest, and even find a little bit of time of their own. So now they're up another 10 points. Kismet trying to rewrap behind the play. Swoops on in, finds Insight. Could he track down one more? Doesn't make a difference. Beans, his teammate, will give a little bit of freedom here for LAG on rotation.
Yeah, LAG need to be ironed up off this rotation because Beans is going to make them pay for it. He's able to find 3 back spawns still secured for the Gorilla mates. And thankfully, they make a couple of these kills count. Now the next one up is Kleenex. And that's going to be a clean 4 dead. So Gorillas, again, win the rotation over towards P2.
So they just
are basically unbreakable on that side of the map. They just need a lot of this time now.
Now it's going to be a little bit of a hit here for Joe through Jim, but the rest of Ultra are playing in the southside balcony. And Kleenex has gotten forward, Insight finding another, and this is just a little bit too easy for the break attempt. Skies has to try to hold on as much as he possibly can. Not able to do too much.
Oh, Joe. Oh my God, Joe.
Shaky on the way up the staircase, but still the rest of Ultra clean it up. Now it's just down to can you get the quick read with LAG. He's inside in Priesta. He's going to find himself a double. Beans the last one standing in the hard point itself, but Kleenex, he's found himself too. Beans off the rewrap. He can put this out of question, and Ultra will win out the gunfights with 20 seconds to earn.
Finally, those gunfights are going on for about 30 seconds. There's trade after trade after trade. But Ultra able to secure, but not for long, because already the Gorilla mates are right here ready to contest you. Priesta goes up to Zip. He's able to find a triple. And now they're only going to find themselves down by 20 points. You got Skies early off the rotation. You also got Kismet here for the assistance. He's at least able to find one, but Kleenex again, finding a double to break all of their setup.
And he has the anticipation for Lynn's insight, able to get his trade. Back and forth we go. A little tug of war over the top of P3. 228 plays 205. Joe playing at a long-range angle. Last one standing here for Ultra. Tries to push the effort, and that's not going to work out. Chance here for LNG to reclaim the lead.
They just keep on soaking. You know, they're consistently spawning over towards combo. They don't want to flip out.
Yep, that's a good route.
But just make those gunfights come to you. Insight with the opening. Kleenex with the pinch is going to be the game breaker. Doesn't find a double, but his team can now win it off of that play.
What a route from Kleenex. Knowing his teammates are locking things down towards P4 side, he has the freedom to make maybe the game-winning play, and now Joe deceives. Right back into the mix. Kleenex over the top of the bar, not able to find the one bullet maybe needed remaining onto Priest's health pool, so LAG will stay alive. Inside mid-map. Down, and here we go. Have to battle for new.
How aggressive are they going to be? Where does Inside spawn? He's going to be blessed to spawn right next to his teammates, so they have the numbers. They find the initial two. Ultra going to close it out here.
Sure feels that way with Insight.
That's GG, 3-1, bro.
Beats holding the front door, gets his 40th elimination right at the closing bell. Ultra just do what they need to do to stay in the game throughout the first really two rotations of hills, and finally Joe starts to put it together there in the last handful of hard points to allow Toronto a chance to steal away a map from LAG.
That's an unbelievable hard point between both of the teams. Phenomenal job from LAG, specifically from that P1 to P2. They did not lose those spawns off the rip any single time. They were never flipping on the opposing end. So you got to say kudos to that. But Ultra made the adjustments throughout the middle of that game. They couldn't find a break early on into P2. But the second time around, it was Kleenex who finds a double to keep it scrappy. Again, off the third time at P2, it's Kleenex who finds a double, instantly able to flip those spawns out. But the turning point of the game is when the Gorillas went from P3 to P4. Because they soaked up about 40 seconds. They knew that Ultra were rotating their way through top mid. But then once you got down to the final 15 seconds of that P3, the players that were playing for the spawns at the new, they all dropped. The players that were at the old hard point, they all dropped. And then at the wrong time, you spawn all the way across the map to try to find a very difficult break in towards P4. That's what allowed Toronto to have the little bit of the lead that they were able to grow and eventually close out the game the way that they did. Great series between both teams, but Ultra, they were just a better squad today.
Back and forth, Skyline hard point. That was as tight as it gets throughout the majority of that game. I mean, those are pretty much parallel lines throughout the first rotation and a half between these two squads. So it will be Toronto taking the win 3-1 over the series. A look back over it. The first two maps, the 250 to 180 reads closer than the map was. LAG just could not put together two moments in a row. And the Vault Search and Destroy, outside of one counterplay, Ultra was just all gas, no brakes. I will say, though, the control seems to still be a shining light for LAG. It just, they can't quite find ways to turn the success they find in those respawns into what they do in the hard points. And the search and destroy is still a bit questioning, I think, just on a map pool basis for these guys as well.
Yeah, they just have to figure out what their identity is, because right now when I look at this Gorilla squad, obviously you got world champions left to right, but just right now in their hardpoint game, they just don't really have that fundamental game in play, and especially when they're not finding that kills, it's going to make it even more difficult for them going forward.
Well, LAG not able to go into back-to-back wins. Toronto still looking really solid after the minor as we head back to the desk for their thoughts.
6-0, Toronto Ultra, one match away from securing the #1 seed at their major in Madrid. They take care of business. All three of us terribly wrong in our predictions.
Well,
I was wrong on purpose. We appreciate you. I do want to ask, though, who do you give the MVP to? Because it comes down to two candidates. Beans
I say Kleenex,
and Kleenex for me.
Kleenex, bro.
I'm going to go, I mean, it's tough because Beans had some clutch rounds, but I'm going to go Kleenex because of the impact. Just huge plays that he was making. I mean, Jay was just talking about it. The two Ps he got in the back of P2, like answering the call there, massive. The end of the game, the heroic effort. Like, Kleenex is just that guy for this team.
Let's take a look at some of the best plays from Kleenex and Beans throughout this game number 4. This was close for a few moments, and we were talking about it in the green room. When LAG is up, what's happening? Priesta is slaying. And what weapon is in his hands on Skyline?
Yeah, it's SMG. It does feel like when they have the 3 SMGs out and Priesta's kind of being aggressive, they're just finding way more success. They're a tough one to gauge, man, because I know you're talking about the control. Like,
I asked Ant, like right before we came live, I was like, when was the last time there was a team that was good in control and not good in another mode? like just control. I can't think of another time. They're 5-2 in control, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to remember. I honestly feel like that's never happened. And that's why I feel like you don't panic if you're the Gorillas mates, because
we put stock in control because that's like that's a really like big team mode.
Yeah.
And like I talked about this on Camera Joe before. Like, you know, usually when you look through the stats of a team like 1-8 where they are in position or 1-12, whatever, their hardpoint rank and their S&D rank usually it's kind of all over the place where people are, but usually control-wise is pretty much straight down the line. Like, it's been like that historically for whatever reason it has. So yeah, seeing them like 5-2 and then there's like not good anything else, only 1-1. Yeah, does it give me faith or is it like the weirdest thing ever? I don't know, man.
It was bound to happen at some point. But like in this series, you look at it as just Toronto. Every time there was a huge rotation or a break that needed to be had, they were there to do it. I mean, even despite when Kismet hits the underground route, they find 2 kills. It's a 4v2. Instantly, Beans finds 3 to just give them control once again.
Those key moments, you had a player from Toronto always stepping up. It felt like LAG was just 2 steps behind, and they will find themselves in that bottom bracket to start things off in Madrid.
I think Kiz's face there said it all. He is still like
dude,
it's
so
gotta
many
be
losses on
frustrating.
this
Even we're
team,
talking about
dude.
with control. Like, I think they have to feel like we're close.
I would. I mean, you're losing so
they're close, bro. But like, you got to be good at 1 hardpoint or search. I mean, it's 4 or 5. It can't just be control. And it's not like they just haven't looked great neither. Like,
they're not good enough to earn our scuff play of the game either, Maven. Let's take a look at this thing. It belongs to Toronto. It's Beans popping 40 of them.
I think Beans might be one of my favorite gamer tags.
Joe Deceives, I lied. Let's take a look at
It's Joe Deceives.
Big Joey D. I know, Joe Deceives, man. He is out there just having fun, taking names, an absolute monster on the map. And I think, he is one of the better storylines individually the past couple of years. I think just like the Thieves team last year is one of the better storylines we had all of last year. Just you lose your superstar roster, you come in with that, and the way they improved, and he was a big part of that late in the year. It's been a very feel-good story for him.
Yeah, he did drop a 40.
I don't know. I just feel good for him that he's now got a shot. He's on like a real. Okay, granted, that Thieves team like really made a run last year, but this is different. This is a much better team.
We've seen some bulk performances last 2 days, man. Purge, Joe Deceives, guys taking over.
I just saw they had 2 performers dropping 40. Joe in that first hardpoint, Beans in the second one. Is this the best team in hardpoint right now? Who else can compete at that level with Toronto?
I mean, I think Thieves still. You want to argue it? We need to see it once again.
Thieves,
but
bro.
prior to the
100-point
minor,
clubbing?
Thieves were
Like,
insane in hardpoint, like rolling teams. So I think Thieves.
Sure, they may have more kills, but like, bro,
you could put Toronto in that discussion after this performance.
They're 100-point clubbing teams.
They are riding the ship. They look like one of the scariest teams on protocol. Their only weakness today, control. Yeah, sure. Moving forward, though, we are going to have an interview, hopefully, with one of the players and 2 more epic battles. LA Thieves versus OpTic Texas is coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
I really want my team to win. Really do want my team to win.
Upgrade your game with a Scuff, the official controller of the CDL.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
While we wait for that, what else they got going on? Watch party. Let's see what Scump saying. They're fucking
Hex
gone.
thought that was the BK crown.
They're all
the Burger King
gone,
crown. What?
bro.
Which one?
They're all gone, dude.
Hex is Mr. Potato Head. Thank you.
Yep, that's true. Mr.
Hex,
Potato Head.
I first played you on Derail Modern Warfare 2. You and OpTic Pikachu. I believe that was a member, but I don't remember that guy.
That was insane.
What is this?
Whoever said that.
Oh yeah, that jersey, killed it.
What is Zuma?
Yeah, there it is. That was HK Army right there. Look, I'm a man.
Zuma.
No, I hear you.
Ah.
Oh my God, fumble.
Hey, Cope Season, thank you so much for the resub, Cope Season. Much love, man.
My boy Hicksy04, RIP.
Damn, I might as well throw on football as well.
Yo, that's a good idea.
Yeah, let me join in. Let me see what's going on here.
That's a good idea.
I'm sure they got it going in the Discord. Let me see.
Yeah, join that party too.
Probably do.
There's 2 streams going on. Who do I watch? Ben or Adam?
Mine's got no sound, but it's ahead, so.
Phase maps have dropped.
Yeah, I see. Hasi, red card proto, red card vault.
We a little proto control. Okay. We got a little IW champs back when the game was good and shit.
Who's winning right now?
The Eagles are about to have a 6-point lead going into halftime if Jake Elliott can bang this through.
And it's snowing, eh? It's snowing over here?
Oh, it's snowing bad.
That's far.
See if Jake Elliott can bang that through.
That's
I mean,
fire,
they
bro.
called a timeout with 3 seconds left. You gotta assume that they're kicking a field goal.
Steals the record for most kills dropped in a single match. It's 100.
Maybe not.
No, that's a Hail Mary.
Throwing that absolute Mary. AJ Brown dropped a tough one at the goal line.
Oh, yeah. The food's 6 minutes away, ladies and gentlemen. About to kill this shit. Happy birthday, Octane. Faze said, happy birthday, Octane. I don't think it's his birthday,
Faze said that.
Yep, Faze
Oh, Faze giving into Proppy, man.
Faze I don't think it's his birthday, man.
Oh, my boy.
Happy birthday, Sam. My bad.
Thank you so much, Chelly.
I honestly didn't know.
But thank you, somebody remembered. Unc and Chelly got me.
Shout out to Faze man.
If anyone's got me, I know Unc and Chelly got me, man.
Exter said you look like Mr. Squiggle. Who the fuck is that?
Mr. Squiggle.
Right, it's starting.
No, say.
Let's go back to.
Load up. Drop zone minus 15 seconds.
Make sure we're counting names, listening to each other. Listen. This time, we take everything.
It's the match we've been waiting for since we saw the graphic. It is LA Thieves taking on OpTic Texas. Nameless, we got a little sample of this at the end of last week, and we were all pumped up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hyped for this. I mean, we look at the Shotzzy versus Hydra matchup. We can't wait to get into this one. And, you know, for me, coming into this, I look at Thieves and I'm like, I feel like they're the team we know the least about. We haven't seen them too much. They got 2 game modes. They're still up in the air in Search and Destroy and Control. And we're going to learn so much in this match.
What are you excited about? Just the matchup in general. I mean, especially since they came back and they looked a little bit flat after the break. You know, didn't have as much to work on going into it. People probably traveling to see friends and family over the holiday. Came back and seemed a little bit rusty against a Faze team that's making a run, right?
AKA lazy.
Maybe, yeah. They might have got lazy. You know, Nade was pissed, and we're going to see, you know, if they kind of flip the switch. And then for OpTic, I just, you know, I said the same stuff last year, but like I haven't been all that impressed with their showings. You know, they've been playing some weaker teams and not exactly blowing them out, but that's kind of been their MO, and then they turn up at land. So this is a test, though. This is one where you need to come out. Both teams are giving their all. You got Titans on both sides of it. These are just the fun ones to watch and cast. They just are, man.
LA Thieves have a loss. That, of course, came in the minor, though. So they're putting their undefeated record on the line here. Number 2 versus an OpTic Texas squad that ranks at number 3. They looked really good going into the minor and also fell short to Carolina.
Well, this is one where, like, I think Hook has come in and, listen, he's, like, filled in as well as he could. It's going to be hard to fill in for a player like Pred and the run they went on last year, obviously. He had very big shoes to fill. He's been doing great, but this is the kind of matchup, like, does he maybe get exposed a little bit slotting into this team when you play somebody like Thieves and they're so good top to bottom? That's kind of what I'm wondering.
That's the concern, right?
And
we've seen
literally
Thieves have
right
some
next
close
to each
points,
other.
but we also see them
Like their offices are literally right across the hall.
You know, that's when you look at it in the sub duo. You're like, Hook's gonna have to fry in this match once again.
It's literally land.
What we saw in the last match,
like
Hook
it's basically land.
You saw how much better out.
He's played really well, but like it's just sometimes you have matches where people get a spear. This isn't one of them. Like everyone's got to perform.
I have no concerns about Hook. After watching him recently, after talking to him in the winner's circle, the man's playing with a whole new level of confidence.
Like, bro, like these guys are literally right next. They're in the same building, bro. They're in the same exact building.
To open things up, he was plus 22 at one point in that game. So I think OpTic is rolling.
These guys are literally in the same building, same things, all different. Like, there's nothing different.
How much better can you get in 1 week?
Like when CDL was discussing about servers, like did they just say that like, oh yeah, just play on your Wi-Fi, play on the routers, connect to the routers. The server that you're on, I bet same thing. You're picking a red card search. Oh my god. What do we ban? I didn't even get. I forgot. I didn't even get to see.
We have to talk about those types of things, especially when you have a roster you're paying top dollar for. So for them, there's added pressure in this matchup, not only because they haven't been performing, but because it's against OpTic.
Yes, that and like this is a team where like you have a lot of personality that can clash, and I think if they're winning, it becomes very easy. Like you get along, you have fun, you're frying. They start to lose a bit, that's when I get worried. So you like that to not start early?
Time to make our picks official. Let's lock them in. Judge Maven ready to rule. He is going to... You know what? I would like to go with OpTic Texas today. Is that okay with you?
I'll let it go.
Thank you, sir.
It's cringe, bro. Do I have to pick now?
Yeah. You do. You know, no matter what you say, I'm flipping this.
I'm going LA Thieves. Got him.
Oh, the crayons are... I broke the crayon box.
Shotzzy, I got Texas, baby.
Wait, did you just bait me into swapping it?
Trap, bro.
Where did you pull that out from? We look good, though. Look at us.
Got some props, brother. Yeah, can I see you?
He missed.
Take the stage.
I jumped up. The fist bump killed me. All right, we got props where everything's going to be a good series. No doubt about it. I'm running with Puckett, though, here. I think the question marks over the Thieves. They didn't have a good time at -1. Will they have a good time now, chance against a squad like OpTic, who are, let's face it, red hot?
Am I the only one that's flabbergasted? Like, the fans pick the Thieves. Is that real? How is this calculated? I've never seen a fan vote in my entire, like, casting timeline, like a decade now, where OpTic isn't a fan choice. So, supposedly, that's what I'm told, but I think there might be shenanigans. I'm calling
Man. Dude, if we're not winning our hard points, dude, I feel like we lost. We need to win our hard points.
You couldn't ask for anything more.
Search, I'll let slide, bro. We have red card search. Like, what are we doing? We need to win our hard points, though.
Be a fantastic showing. And again, we see control from the Thieves. Yeah, a lot of learnings here, folks. Thieves, though, hardpoint 2 losses in a row for a squad that started things off, you know, nearly impeccable. I mean, admittedly, that was on Rewind, and that feels like a lifetime ago. But now, let's see what they got. 7-3 overall. One of the stronger teams in the respawn mode. Hacienda will put them to the test. Let's do this,
All right,
folks.
let's see.
Thieves,
Let's
OpTic
go.
Texas.
Let's go. What we got?
And for what it's worth, Miles, by the way, apparently a less than 2% difference in the fan vote. So LA Thieves just get the slight bump. We'll see how they handle the opening break. Team kill rolls through, but you have dominated the top hallways. But looks like OpTic, they've said you can have the hallways. We'll take the time. Hook already soaking.
Yep.
I'd put that on a hoodie, no joke. Early time here for OpTic Texas. Scrap cleaned up. Open side of the map's going to be safe and sound. Ghosty takes on his old teammate Dashy. Is trying to get these boys off of the hard point. Maven said no one's allowed to disappear in this matchup, and I completely agree. We'll see if anyone's going to go quietly into this Hacienda.
Oh my gosh.
Shots out of Shotzzy. Wow. Strides his way into a 2-piece.
All right, this is one of those games where you're trying to vie to be the best player in the game. When you have 2 top teams getting after it. Shotzzy obviously gets a ton of gas. He's been gassing up players like Dashy, saying this is the man with the crown. And looking at the minimap, LA Thieves, well, they got the back spawn secured, but once again, they do not have the time. And you have OpTic with a perfect P1. You gotta break this one down, and Envoy might just be this guy. Happy birthday. Welcome to Shotzi's Lambo. He's got the Lambo, he's got the heady, and he had a little bit of gold.
Yeah, he did. 2 kills to his name now. Helps his boys get into the fight. Kenny's in from the hip, finds 1. He's still trying to keep this pressure up. Dashy's got to go huge. Has to find him a lot here, but it's the birthday boy right back at it on the slide. Shotzzy through lobby. No thank you. 30 seconds to go on P2 and the Thieves an iron grip.
Oh, good reads on the spawns as well. That Ames see the Shotzzy spawns him in the back.
I saw
Scrap's head turn on the swivel, but you might have read it at the start. You don't read it in the end. And that is the break that OpTic were looking for. Granted, only for 15 seconds to Scrap, but for emphasis that LA Thieves just put on that time. They did not walk away with a good chunk. OpTic will have a 40-point lead going into new, and with that kill from Dashy delivering them, at least the spawns for the early time. You got Scrap and Envoy trying to hold it down.
Shotzzy's route through the middle of the map.
I'm telling you, bro, we just have to win hard
hard
points on this map. On this team.
So nearly, wow. Hook now gets to the fight a little late. Clear tagged up players. Presence there for the Thieves on the inside of Tin. Now Ghosty and Hydra find their kills, pushing on out, creating some space. Hook on the reposition, finding at least one. Ghosty, nice hold. The Thieves have done a great job in handling this push from OpTic.
Dude, right now Scrap is not delivering, bro. We had like the 2 best Slayers, and all I'm seeing is Hydra right now. Like Scrap, bro, what we doing? What we doing?
Incredibly well. They were a little late on the rotation, and they still walk away with the majority of the time. And of course, staying ahead of the rotation is LA Thieves. They get bodies to new first. Dashy, he might be around and pick up an extra kill, but it is 3 players set up around this new time. Trying to break this down with an AR is a tough task indeed.
Also, and if anything,
teammates, but they're getting cut down
like we chose Hacienda knowing that Dashy is is like his go-to map, but this is a good. Oh my god, this is a good hold. Wow, this is a good hold. Okay, that's fine.
Works out on the inside of Garage. Now it rules the hard point.
That's fine. That's fine.
They do their best job to take care of those. Oh wow, the pinch
Behind, yeah, Kenny.
Through the front.
Wow, all 4 dead.
It's a clean sweep and a perfect pickup for the OpTic Texas boys.
And there is nothing more important than timing in Call of Duty. And as you called out, Miles Kenny had it down to a T. He goes on the pinch, making sure he doesn't get caught by a spawner, and he even kills the right guy. So it's not just the flank routes that are important, it's the timing of when you strike, and Optical utilized that. 40-point lead going into new, and I'd say LA Thieves have been a little better on the rotation front, but the P1 from OpTic was dominant. They're looking to try to set the same thing up again.
Oh my god.
Supposed to be the first man in time. Hook doesn't want to let it happen, getting active on a 4 spree.
Yeah, way active, man. He's styling. We saw him running in Ames a moment ago, now he's on a 4 spree. Kenny, the precision of a Swiss clock. Can't get a second. Shots though from Hook again, keeping his spree rolling. Shotzzy into the hard point at 14 and 9 as well. Don't forget that. Dashy solid as a rock. Out
what are you doing, dude?
And the rest of the
I have no
map
top
is
control.
mostly covered by OpTic players. They got the feed.
Dude, I have Scrap going 4 and 11, bro. Like what?
P1 dominance as well. I mean, they got 42 seconds
like
on
what?
P1 just off the opening break, and maybe not 42 the second go around, but they just cleared up the spawns. Dashy continues to have the best pistol shot in the game. Certainly in the conversation, maybe just him and Simp in that category, but the P1 has been dominant. LA Thieves prioritizing this rotation so much to attack those back spawns, but it's a different mini-map this time. Now you got Hook in the back, and his spree continues. 7 in a row, cruise missile in control, and you got Scrap not shooting back.
He's 4 and 13.
4 and 13. He's getting beaten up.
Finally
get himself some momentum. Over to Kenny though, taking care of business in the backline. Shotzzy there backing him up as well. So the backside is all good. Towards the front side of the hard point, you're in. Stacking it up. Zig, full coverage. Hook still on an absolute tear. Let's go for listening with OpTic Texas.
They gotta go front, bro. I'll ball it back. I'll ball it. One shot. Yeah, I gotta go front. I'll ball it. Get the back. I'm getting the back. I'll ball it. Get the back. I get the back. I'll step side. Close enough, right? But this time, bro. It's good time. Yeah. I'm gonna streak for next. Okay, that's fine. Pick a setter. Get this first go. I'll play duo, but then. Alright, top back close. I'm not gonna house him. Nice, good shit, Kyler. Alright. Alright, pockets on this bomb back up. I'm trying to leave it. Yeah, I have a house storm. Yeah, me too. One guy's top. Oh my fuck. Yo, when you gonna streak? I'm a streak. Yo, one guy's outer fence. I'm streaking from open. I'm waiting for that streak, dude. Yo, top you, weak. Don't be. Okay, top you on time, going 10. Another guy's top bar. Top you not telling me. Top you silver. Go see. One guy's in 10. Scrap. Top you one shot. Him in the back side. I see it, Tom. Scrap 10. I'm going to fly. One is nice. Yep, alright. Nice, there's one on me. I'm blocking. In our top part. Me, punk. Yeah, top part. Me, one shot, punk. Top part. You and me, bro. You and me. Yep. You. All you. They gotta be secret. I have top plat. I have all the fences. Yep. Let me. Okay, you should. Let's move across. Top you going plat. That's one back, maybe. Every more you. You going plat? I will. Buddy.
It might be a perfect
what was that, Hydra?
Yeah, got off the point for
a second. OpTic Texas, this is an absolute destructive performance. Obliteration.
Now we're getting a 100-point clip, bro.
Scarcely spawned in. Scrap is still sitting on 5 kills. 87 seconds to their name. The rotation is on. The Thieves are in chance, but for how long? The nuke is on his way. And Shotzzy, this is it. The final nail. Woo-hoo-hoo! Hydra wins it.
This is nuts. And I mean, how many cruise missiles have we had, or Hellstorms rather? This is number 3 that I've seen get dropped in. This is an utterly dominant hard point, and
that's all for
Scrap
that.
just
GG.
average less kills than hills we had in the game. Don't know what was going on.
I have no idea what that was, bro.
Have been crazy. Trigger finger slacking.
I really have no idea what that was.
Not seen as devastating a performance of this caliber
What
of team
was that, dude?
in
Oh my
maybe in
God.
COD history. OpTic Texas just turned the LA Thieves inside out. That is a 1-0, folks. Do not adjust your sets. We're going to look at the game time, the in-game time of that opening map. That was really ugly.
Great.
Yeah, LA Thieves speed run any percent. OpTic now top of the leaderboards on that front.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what that was.
Inefficient gameplay. And I mean, quite frankly, the P1s were as good as it gets off the break and on the rotation. That might have been where they had sort of the biggest gaps in time. But obviously, in the kills column, you got all 4 players positive. Great hill time all the way around
It's
from
only
OpTic.
Hydra.
And Kenny more or less got to put his feet up because there was never any problems on the map. 3 different Hellstorms that were earned amongst the various OpTic Texas members. I mean, you could not ask for a better game plan at all. As good
I
as
couldn't
it
tell you
gets.
what that was,
LA
dude.
Thieves, welcome to the 100-point club.
Really couldn't.
From Hoop, we asked him to not shy away. No one was allowed to vanish quietly into this map, and anything but for the OpTic Texas boys. As loud and as devastating a performance as they could put on superstars, these legends, these Astartes absolutely put forward OpTic Texas will on Hacienda, and no one answered that. Unbelievable first map.
Yeah, and everybody in this lobby absolutely locked in as well, even for the brief listening we had with OpTic. I mean, they're on point, super heads up on the rotation. It's always just good news when you get to hear the calls. Yeah, no, I have a Hellstorm too. This is going to be perfect for the break, and really could do no wrong. You mentioned Kenny's stat line. I mean, he went, what, 15 and 13, more or less his feet up, but the one opportunity maybe LA Thieves had to accrue any substantial time on that P4, they had the full setup, had both sides pushed out, in just a well-timed flank from Kenny there to break it down. So when you needed the good plays from OpTic, they delivered. When you needed them just to slay, they delivered that too. And I know Puckett said he was incredibly confident in Hook, and I can see exactly why. Him and Shotzzy, an absolute feast. They just had themselves on Hasi.
I understand the players are all playing from the same facility as well, and yeah, Scrap surprise. Hydra wildly disappointed, I think. That was an incredibly frustrating map for the Thieves. Kenny's pinch was so good out by that rock hard point, it stopped me mid-sentence when I realized what was happening, and I was like, this is the play of the game. Like, that was absolutely it. To pick up those 2 players on flank, we saw a couple of good looks there, but I mean, after P4, that was it. Game over. OpTic run away with it. 75 all the way to 96. A true flatline there from the Thieves. See you later, Hacienda. I'm not sure we're going to be going the distance on this one, but red card, search and destroy, a moment of reprieve, a moment to sort of reset and hopefully catch your breath. The LA Thieves. Search and destroy has not been a bad game move for them whatsoever, but we're going to have to see something very, very special in this matchup, given the pace, tone, and overall energy that OpTic have just brought to map 1.
And, you know, they're going to carry into the red card, too, because they do have some experience on this map. While the 2 S&D maps we have in the series, LA Thieves, we haven't seen them play on it at all. And just to backtrack for a second, the game flow chart we just had, I've never even thought about this stat as like a thing, but I think OpTic just averaged like 45 seconds on every single hill that they just played. So that was as close to a perfect game as you could have.
Yeah, absolutely. Kills as well. But we'll be taking a look at some more stats, folks, as we get ourselves ready to get into search and destroy. And this is it. Hydra versus Shotzzy. 2 incredibly different players. I know there's been a lot of discussion around this, but I mean, Shotzzy far more
incredibly different.
Influential, I think, when it comes to wins. Hydra is a stone cold killer. Not so much in search and destroy chance. Let's face it, 0.7. That is
where are
not
these
ideal.
stats?
The opening win duelers as well. I mean, Shotzzy,
because surely this is not overall.
Cerebral player. He's the guy putting himself in difficult positions to be killed. To find
There's no way
kills,
those stats be like
it.
those are not
Texas,
overall,
we're
right?
gonna see those 2 players second in from the left.
can't be.
Watch those with a very, very keen eye.
As we now get ourselves into red card, will the Thieves have the resolve? Do they have the strong mental game to bounce back after that brutal loss in map 1?
I think it's just SMD or SMD on that on red card.
The most well-rounded player we have in Call of Duty. He is just a